Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. That's right, Rachel. Jorge Masvidal.
I'm pretty excited about it.
No, I'm excited.
All right. We haven't been here with our best fight friends in a week.
Hi.
Hi. We
back.
had family in town, and it always turns out, like, I always think we can do stuff like this, and then it's like, no, like, this is zapped all my energy. But I still have plenty of energy to be super psyched. Like, okay, UFC 251, stat card, right? We maybe lose permanently the main event. That's kind of a big hit.
Because for a day,
like, I was like, oh.
They were like, oh, I know. It was
like,
depressing.
I was really, like, deflated, you know? And then
so I was looking forward to that.
People were like,
main event.
You know, oh, here's
Gilbert Burns versus Kamaru
You
Usman.
wrote a thing about how Dana White could make good, right, on the whole Jorge Masvidal versus Usman thing.
And then he did.
But hang on, but like in the process, the timeline of events, I was just like, yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, it's not going to happen. And let me tell you, like, as a boxing fan for several years, this rarely happens, like, where this kind of thing. And then it was like, it was so close to the fight. Like, there was something in me where I was like, I don't want to even think about this.
There's no way that this should have been able to happen. It was on 6 days' notice. You
then it happened.
Maybe the best fight in the division.
Yeah. What is that? Like,
that's UFC, Rachel.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
What's
like
highlighted
amazing
to me
for all of us fight fans
about this event is, first of all, I like to think that Dana White saw my article and was like, this is right. Kelsey McCarthy is right. I must do the right thing. Even though it happened like pretty close together. Anywho, but more seriously, it's really nice to be a UFC fan, Rachel, because here we are, and they just keep pumping out in the height of the global pandemic.
Yeah.
Awesome card, awesome fight, awesome main event after awesome main event that turned out to be great fights.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, my old world, or if you also watch boxing, which we do, these are trash fights. Nobody wants to watch these fights, right? And they're not even making good fights. And then the fights they do make, half of them don't even happen. So it's really a testament to how much further along I think Dana White and the UFC is and what they do, and how far behind boxing is.
Well, and it might be the, like, what is that word? Not scattered, but like how everything is split apart in boxing. It might be in part due to the nature of that. It might also be like, hey, I'm just grateful that the UFC has managed to do this.
Yeah.
And maybe it was just like a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like because we don't have anything else to compare it to. So I don't have, like, I can't say, all I do know is that it happened here, and I am really grateful for it. So not to, throw all this shade at boxing. Well, and maybe there's all these other things that, like, hey, it's hard to get fighters together, get them tested, get the events, all the people, you know what I mean? And Box Azteca seems to have a good system there. And all we did in the United States was we just, siphoned, hooked into that. Like, they're from home calling the fight, and we get to see it. But, like, when I look at Box Azteca, like, all the face shields, the face mask, like, the social distancing, like, it seems like they're doing a good job now. I just wish, like, they had access to putting better fighters together.
But I'm saying that the fights that they put together are not the same.
Yeah, I don't know if Box Azteca has the ability, or Top Rank, whoever's doing the matchmaking in that, like, little thing, I don't know what they have, like, access to push together.
I would also note that UFC is an outlier among MMA promoters as well.
Yes,
it's not as if One Championship or Bellator or whoever else is out there just pumping out great cards right now. UFC stands alone.
Tells me that it must be really difficult. And so I wonder, give props to Dana White and all the people involved, there that are making this happen. But I just think that maybe good luck is a part of this.
It can't all be luck. It has to be that.
Part.
Well, yeah, part. Yeah, I think good fortune. But I think that if I've just recently read a book about the rise of the UFC called Blood in the Cage, and it's in part about the rise of mixed martial arts. Dana White and the stuff that he and those people did in the early stages when the UFC was about to go away, was about to become extinct. He's a guy that kept something going that probably, had anybody else been in charge of it, would have fallen apart. So I think he does deserve a lot of credit.
Now, let's get to this. Would you like to hear what I'm going to put out there? What if this is a conspiracy?
Oh, it is.
So here's what.
I didn't know what you're talking
about
yet,
but conspiracy, right? Usman Burns falls through. And then we have like a week to go. And we get a new main event that's like stellar, right? We get Usman Masvidal. And it's made. Masvidal says yes on 6 days' notice. Usman says yes to taking on Masvidal with like 6 days' notice. They have to travel. They have to get tested. They apparently have to stop for pizza. Like, there's all these things where I'm like, the fight is this weekend. Like, what if this was the behind the scenes was the plan all along? And was just a really great like marketing like tactic.
Perfect.
And,
perfectly
like,
done, UFC.
Dana White and Masvidal and Usman beforehand were like, here's how it's going to go down.
I'll do you one better, Rachel. What if it's all completely scripted? See what I mean? Even the fights we watch.
Oh my gosh! It like turned out that UFC is
just
WWE,
like WWE,
but
and like 50 years from now, we're all just like, people are like, I can't believe these people thought it was real. You know, because it was like that with professional wrestling. I mean, there were people that like legitimately believed it was real because it was presented to them as real.
Internet technology, things were different. Okay, back to the UFC conspiracy though. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that thought did come to my mind where I was like, are you kidding me? Like, people took this. This is how crazy it is to take a massive fight like this on 6 days' notice. Like. That I'm like, I think this is pretend.
Yeah, I feel like if I was planning to go see a movie in 6 days, and somebody was like, let's go see a different movie, I'd be like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a much smaller decision. But I don't know, I already am thinking about this.
People do that to me all the time. They're like, oh, do you guys want to come over for dinner in like 2 days? And I'm like, whoa. I planned my meals for the week. I've got, like, I don't know if I can shift things around. And here, like, you know, he's flying to freaking, what is it, Abu Dhabi? And, like, anyway, it's so crazy to me that I was like, what if this is just all made up?
Sometimes
Although I can't think of the big benefit of it.
I wonder if we're even real. You know?
Okay.
Are we? Are you real? Am I watching my own self? Like, when I watch my show on YouTube, because I like, comment, subscribe, obviously, am I watching something that's real? Is this scripted?
You're not even talking about the thing that I brought up. So you got nothing to say about the conspiracy thing?
No, I don't think it was a conspiracy. I mean, you want my legitimate...
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a conspiracy, Rachel. It was a case where Jorge Masvidal, the resurrection, as he calls it, he kind of thought something like this could happen. He stayed active in the gym. He kept working out. He's been thinking about fighting Usman for the title for, probably like a year now. Like, he's had this on his mind. He's been training for it. And he knew all he had to do was stay ready and be willing, and that if the UFC came to him, that Masvidal would be in a pretty good position to ask for the more money that he wanted in the first place for the fight. And that's what he got, and that's what he's going to do. He also doesn't have a lot to lose. So, like, it's a risk for Masvidal. It's more of a risk for Usman, because Usman spent all training camp knowing he was going to fight on July 11th, but he was fighting Gilbert Burns. Now he's fighting a completely different fighter, right?
Yeah,
he didn't get to have that camp thinking about Masvidal. He said he doesn't need that, but hey, most fighters need that. Masvidal is at one of the best welterweights in the world, and he really could win the fight. And if he doesn't, there's the built-in excuse for Masvidal. Hey, I didn't even know I was fighting until the week before.
That's true. It is like a win-win.
I should get a rematch.
Not to mention, like, the stop for pizza on the way. He's like, guys, I stopped for pizza. Clearly, I'm not making, like, the best decisions to win this fight on Saturday. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, part of me is like, is he just going to go in and get clearly, like, dominated because 6 days notice?
Now, that pizza thing, that's not a big deal. It's one meal.
They read the thing in your piece. Like, he had to...
20 that happens like probably every fight week for him. He's got.
I don't know. I know when I eat pizza,
it's not
it stays with me for a while.
Okay, but Masvidal's not losing 20 pounds of fat or whatever, actual way.
Oh, but
Masvidal, there's a way that they do it. They drink a lot of water and then they slowly remove that water from their system, and that's a lot of that weight right after the weigh-in goes right back on them. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
So, but people made a big deal out of that 20 pounds. It's not that big a deal. Not in a fight sports. He's been doing that his whole life as a fighter.
Yeah.
I haven't been doing it my whole life, but what I have been doing my whole life, at least here on YouTube, is begging for likes, comments, and subscribe.
Subscribe to our channel, please.
And don't hit the dislike button. Don't hit the dislike button. You know what's good for you. What? I had to go all Mike Carey on you. I better watch out. You know, you might see this.
That poor guy.
I know. Can we just quickly? I was like, what this thing I read? Oh, when he won the fight with his girlfriend in the corner, I kind of fell in love with him because I kind of saw that he was a pretty lovable guy. He's just mixed up. You know what I mean? He comes from difficult situations.
Seems like he's...
And then he's knocking out. To be fair, we don't need to get in the video. Let's not get into it. But we can talk about it. You and I can talk about it.